Chapter 14, 51, Year Gu Price War. Translator, Atlas Studios. Editor, Atlas Studios. A few days later. Central Continent, Spirit Affinity House. Zhao Lianyun spread her divine sense, inspecting her immortal aperture. Lianyun blessed land already looked different from before. A flower field was planted with a large amount of bright-eye flowers. This was the food of remembrance, immortal Gu. It had to be planted. Besides this, there was also a small grassland where clear chance grass was planted. Stalks of the grass was small and pointy and were light green. Swallows were flying above this grassland. They were labor swallows, extremely hard-working and nimble birds. Their wings had three colors, in black, white, and red. Zhao Lianyun had specially brought in a batch of them to kill any insects on the clear chance grass. When clear chance grass grew, it would produce a kind of pest that would corrode the grass leaves, greatly reducing the profits. I have already spent most of my immortal essence stones. Zhao Lianyun sighed as she looked at the scene in front of her. At the beginning, she had felt the number of immortal essence stones to be extremely huge, but when she started using it, she discovered that it was not much at all. Because she was not only nurturing two resources, she also had to create two complete ecological systems. Not only the seeds of bright-eye flowers and clear chance grass, she had to spend on soil, water, climate construction, and so on as well. Bright-eye flowers can only satisfy the food requirement of remembrance immortal Gu after a year in immortal aperture time. After 2 years, the clear chance grass and bright-eye flower transactions could give me several hundreds of immortal essence stones. After 3 years, I can repay Li Junying's loan. This progress and profit can only be achieved under the most ideal situation, and I have yet to calculate my other cultivation expenses. Zhao Lianyun fully sensed that Gu immortal cultivation was not easy. She was only cultivating two resources, and both grew separately and did not disturb each other. At the same time, the difficulty of nurturing plants was much less than raising beast groups or variant humans. Moreover, Zhao Lianyun had a high-grade blessed land, which had plenty of space path and time path resources. Most importantly, she was protected by divine concealment and was exempted from calamities and tribulations. She did not need to worry about this huge issue. The number of labor swallows is somewhat small. They cannot look after the whole grassland. I should buy some more. Zhao Lianyun connected to Treasure Yellow Heaven and sent her divine sense. Over these days, she realized the convenience of Treasure Yellow Heaven. Guts Gu. Zhao Lianyun quickly discovered someone selling Guts Gu. She knew Guts Gu was produced by Fang Yuan alone, but because its supply did not match demand, it had all along been sold in the black market of Treasure Yellow Heaven. That is, someone would purchase a large amount of Guts Gu, then sell them at a higher price. So the one selling this Guts Gu was not necessarily Fang Yin. Moreover, the wills and identities of Gu immortals could be casually changed. Treasure Yellow Heaven gave safety and full freedom. So even Heavenly Court could only watch as Fang Yuan sold Guts Gu. Even if I can sell bright-eye flowers and clear chance grass after a few years, there will be other competitors as well. My products will be influenced by the market. Their prices also won't be able to compare to Guts Gu. Fang Yuan was Zhao Lianyun's enemy, so she had been paying attention to the Guts Gu trade. But the more attention she paid, the more she realized Fang Yuan's strength, which inevitably caused her to feel depressed. According to my current accumulation speed, I simply won't be able to catch up with Fang Yuan. Instead, I will continue to be left in the dust by him. Damn it, Zhao Lianyun gritted her teeth. Right at this time, for some reason, there was a huge uproar ahead. Large amounts of Gu immortal wills, which were originally scattered throughout Treasure Yellow Heaven, were gathering in that direction. Zhao Lianyun's heart jolted. Could it be a large transaction? Li Junying said large transactions that can cause such an uproar are rare in Treasure Yellow Heaven. Previously, it was when someone sold large amounts of year beasts. I did not expect my luck to be so good, to encounter one not long after becoming an immortal. Zhao Lianyun naturally did not want to give up on this chance to broaden her horizons. She also sent her divine sense to experience this event. Soon she arrived at the scene. A Gu immortal will, which had an enormous physique looking like a fatty, was sitting cross-legged in air. Surrounding him were Year Gu. A vast number of Year Gu. So many Year Gu, it looks like there are over 100,000. Zhao Lianyun got a shock. This was the first time she had seen so many Year Gu piled up together. The huge quantity had quite a visual impact. Sister Li Junying was right. Mortal Gu is only a matter of quantity to Gu immortals. Zhao Lianyun sighed inwardly. What price are you selling these Year Gu for? A Gu immortals will inquire about the price. That fat will replied with a smile, quoting a fair price, which immediately led to a discussion between the Gu immortals. If there are no issues with these Year Gu, I definitely want to purchase some. This is Time Path Mortal Gu. They have a wide range of uses and can be used in refinement path or other aspects. The price is also fair. Maybe I should buy a bit more. Even if I don't use it for myself, I can resell it later. I don't have to worry about not being able to sell it. Who is this seller? Selling Year Gu at this time is an extremely good decision. According to the usual routine, it is not yet the time for the biggest sellers of Year Gu to bring out their products. Gu immortals discussed with each other. All kinds of divine senses and wills converse together without maintaining secrecy, which allowed Zhao Lianyun to learn of a lot of things. She listened attentively and soon found this Year Gu seller might be a newcomer in Treasure Yellow Heaven. Although the current time of sales was slightly early, it would still be hard for him to avoid colliding with the traditional sellers. It was still okay if this seller was only selling this one time. But if he wanted to run this business for a long time and squeeze into Treasure Yellow Heaven's market, it would definitely lead to bloodshed. Zhao Lianyun's eyes brightened at this thought. If it was the latter situation, then this would no doubt be an event to pay attention to and learn from. I will also be selling my resources in the future and will have to make my way into Treasure Yellow Heaven's market. My resources are not unique, so I will definitely have to go through this obstacle. There are only a few monopolistic businesses in the whole Gu immortal world. Not everyone can have luck like Fang Yuan. I need to observe this properly, especially this Year Gu trade. I might learn a lot of things. Zhao Lianyun instructed herself. The scene was bustling. Many Gu immortals started purchasing Year Gu. Time Path. Gu worms had a wide range of usage, so they always had a high demand in the market. After each transaction was completed, the profits quickly accumulated to an extent which caused some of the Gu immortals to become red with envy. Just by a rough estimation, this seller has at least profited 50,000 immortal essence stones in this short period of time. Zhao Lianyun was inwardly shocked. But the real shocking thing came later. This seller was selling continuously, while also continuously replenishing the products. Many Year Gu were sold, but in the surroundings of the fat will, the quantity of Year Gu did not decrease and was instead increasing. Oh heavens, how many Year Gu does this man have? My goodness, this is a huge transaction. This person is here for blood. The main sellers of Year Gu have always been Zhibao Shu, Rongxin, and Wang Mingyue. If this is not handled well, it will definitely lead to a price war. Zhao Lianyun felt increasing anticipation as she listened to the discussions. This mysterious seller was strongly putting his foot in the market. The three main sellers definitely would not take this lying down. A price war concerning Year Gu was going to start.